this grid that I'm holding right here is the finest grid that you can find on the market today. It's called the ADIM grid. That's ADIM, which stands for Allen Dick Integrated Manufacturing. The man who makes this is a splendid craftsman who built each one by hand. And it has several features on it that are unique and also make it much easier for you to work with. So we're going to go over a couple of these things right now. As you get it out of the box, you'll see a bunch of little parts. So let's take a look and explain what those little parts are. First of all, you'll take the grid out of the box and you'll see that it comes with a very handy little handle right here, and that's just for mounting it and moving it around. It just gives you something to grab. You can also use it to hang it on the wall if you find a place. Okay. You'll also notice that there are two levels on the grid. The first one is down here. That's right. This one down here is the side-to-side level. These bubble levels are very useful because you're going to need to get this thing square when you're looking through it. You don't want to be looking through a crooked grid. So when this is on your tripod, you'll need to have these levels. Okay. This one is the side-to-side level. Okay. And this one up over here, whoops, this one up over here is your front-to-back level. So when you're leveling your grid on the tripod, this will determine its perpendicularity from front to back. All right. If you notice, the lines, which are these tight strings you have, or we're calling them lines, they are threaded through a system of very precisely drilled holes on the side of the on each side of the grid, almost like a tennis racket. And the holes are down inside grooves, which adds to the stability of the strings. You can see that you've got three different groove lines here. The one in the middle, which is how your grid comes, is a 2-inch marking for 2-inch size squares. And your grid comes set up with those. If you look to this direction here, in this groove here, you have 1-inch holes, so that if you want to restring the grid to make smaller squares, for instance, if you're drawing something that's up close and you want an even smaller measurement, okay, you can use the 1-inch holes, or some people will prefer the outer line here, which is 3-inch squares. Okay. Now, of course, should you feel particularly adventurous, at some point you could experiment with 4-inch by just simply skipping holes and so on. You can do that. The nice thing about this product is the way that it's already set up for you for 3 different options. I found, and many people have found, that the most useful configuration for most work are the 2-inch squares. Okay. Down here on the bottom, you will see a little tiny threaded insert. That is for the mounting of the grid to the tripod. Very important. That's down here on the bottom. Then, up here on the top, you'll notice that there's this groove. And this is on the back of the grid. This is how you know it's front and back. So when you're setting up the grid on the tripod, the groove that you see always faces away from you. So you should be looking at it like this when you're looking at it. Also inside the grid will be this other piece of wood. You'll wonder, what's this for? This is very important. We're calling this the plumb bar, okay? And this attaches to that groove in the back of the grid that we were just looking at, okay? And I'm going to show you how this works later, but for the time being, I'm just going to show you how this metal bracket here fits into the back of this groove. It just goes in like this. You just find that groove with that metal bracket, okay? And then it fits right in. When it fits in like this, it also slides from side to side as well, without coming off. Okay? And then to take it off, you just tip it up and move it back. It comes right off. On the plumb bar, you're also going to have this string attached here. This is the plumb line. Okay? This is also very important, and we're going to get into that later, but for the time being, know that that's what this is for. It's for checking plumb, and we'll get to that. Also, you'll notice In your box, you're going to find some little Ziploc bags. And in them, you're going to find a collection of these little things that look like chocolate chips. Okay? These are called line markers. These are very important because these are going to allow you to mark the strings to determine your canvas size and everything else. Okay? They're also convenient markers so that when you look up to do your drawing, you don't say, now wait a minute, where was I? These line markers are very convenient. They're easy to see, and they're also very easy to put on. Okay? That's it for the things that you'll find inside the grid. So now let's get this thing set up.